Mbak Yasinta, apakah terdengar suara saya?
Iya, sudah dengar, sudah live streaming sekarang.
Oke, kita mulai dalam 10 menit lagi ya, Mbak.
Iya,
Sampai
speakernya sudah masuk. Ups.
um, yang dari Dirpasma boleh dibagi co-host juga mungkin ya, Mbak Yasinta.
Ini
Eh,
kebetulan pada berhalangan semua. Jadi Mbak Vivi dan Mbak Devi tidak bisa.
Mbak Yasinta saya bagi
Jadi saya sama Mbak Novi aja. Coba di apa? Di admit.
Mbak Rotia belum ada di waiting room.
Mbak Novia sudah masuk ya.
Oh, sudah masuk. Selamat pagi, Mas Mbak. Mohon izin, sekiranya bisa menempati tempat yang depan terlebih dahulu, supaya lebih enak nanti kalau dapat materi. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
maksimal 5 tahun dan tidak diperpanjang. Memang ini kalau tadi kita relasikan di depan,
sudah meluangkan waktunya untuk hadir di sesi research and structure enrichment program, program ITS Global Engagement, dan juga Direktorat Pasca Sarjana dan Pengembangan Akademik. Oke, jadi hari ini Mas, Mbak, Bapak, Ibu, dan rekan-rekan sekalian akan mendapatkan materi dari Dr. Nora Azlin dari University Malaysia Pahang, Sultan Abdullah. Yeah. This is quite. Is it new name because the old branding was University Malaysia Pahang? Yeah. Okay, so the lecture will be conducted in English mostly. So yeah, I believe that all of you will able to catch up with the presentation today. So without any further ado, and also I believe that
Prodes kali sing durung ya. Prodes kali sing jarang mandek kok Kak Kaisar dibuka.
Okay, I'm working this out. Please, the time is yours. You may.
Okay. So, Assalamualaikum and a very good day to all of you mahasiswa S1, S2, S3 dan juga jika ada dosen, and also for those join me on the Zoom platform. Thank you, Mr. Ade Chair, for this morning session. So my name is Nora Azlin Sazali. So actually, for this is a new branding for our university. For previously, we are known as University Malaysia Pahang, but we have a brand to University Malaysia Pahang as Sultan Abdullah recently. But still the same university, just rebranding for the name. So for today, we'd like to share on
in a minute.
In a minute. Thank you for your time attending to this seminar. Hopefully, by the end of the seminar, I will help you maybe a little bit around regarding how to get published, or how you can do when your manuscript have been rejected. So for today, we'll focus on how you can navigate the rejections and the tough review in a scientific publishing, including your review manuscript or technical manuscript. So for today, I'm conducting following the as a guest lecture series for R2SEP, which is for integrated with researcher and research student enrichment program. It is from International Office from ITS. Okay. So for the first slide is on the introductions, which is it contains the overview of the important on how you will have a scientific publishings. And next.
Please go on.
Okay. So actually, publication it have some myth, which is publication in a journal is really difficult. This is always have in your mind or heart that is publishing in journal is really difficult. And then some myths also tell the publishing in journal can be very expensive, which is the INE tip. To publish in the journal will contain or you need to pay, which is in APC, but somehow we also have a journal that could be submitted in free, like Elsevier, Wiley, and so on. And the third one, some think that publishing does not have a significant beneficial impact on society at large. And then we as Malaysian and Indonesian think that because English is not our native language, but somehow we think that our English is poor, but it's okay because we have kind of departments or faculty that can help you to prove your English. Also, we can pay someone that can improve our manuscript in English. And somehow it also has some myth that I don't have time to write. My time is focused on something else. That's why I don't have time to write a manuscript or submit the manuscript. And I don't have a research funding or research project. That is all some myths that restrict you to submit your manuscript. And then there are a lot of process that you need to learn when you conduct research. First thing first, you need to have the research problem of your studies. You need to identify what are your research problems. Then after you know your research problem, you continue with reviewing the literature from the past. What kind of literature that you need to take out so that it can manage to answer what are your research problems. After you got the review literature, it's continuous with a specified research purpose, what you're gonna do, why you wanna do your research. Then after that, you collect the data, you analyze your data, you interpret all of your research of the data, report and disseminate the research itself, and it's continuous and answering of the cycle, the process of the research itself. And next, the next slide is show the research cycle. You have your input, you have your idea, as well as sometimes you have your research finding. It is in a cycle form. And then you have your process, which is the researcher. You have your postgraduate student, S2, S3 juga, facilities and also effort. And after that, you can come up with the output, which is the publications, the networking, the intellectual properties, which is the IP. You can do the IP for your project, and it is the cycle. From the input, the process, the output, it will growing throughout your research project. And for the process that will get involved in the paper publication process, first thing first, you need to complete your research. We've started from the abstract, literature review, introduction, your research work until the conclusion. Then you need to complete it before you prepare the manuscript. And after you prepare the manuscript, you can submit to the manuscript to the journal that you have already aimed where you want to submit. Then after that, your manuscript will get reviewed, which means your manuscript will undergo the reviewing process from the journal. After that, it will go to the decision. Could be accepted, could be rejected, could be they need you to revise. It depends on the process. But if the manuscript decision is accepted, then it is will get publish. But when the decision is rejected, no worries. You can revise back your manuscript regarding the comment from the panels, and then you revise, you get answered all the questions, and then you can submit back to the other journal. It doesn't stop there. After that, your manuscript can be published as well. How you can start to get published? First thing first, what kind of paper you want to write? Like I give a lecture yesterday, they have two types of paper or manuscript that you can submit. First is review manuscript. Second one is technical manuscript. So you need to choose which one you want to get started to submit your manuscript. And after you decide to submit which kind of manuscript, then you need to decide what journal that you want to submit. Sometimes a particular editor of the journal, they will go through your input of the manuscript, and they can simply reject your manuscript without submit to reviewer if they think the content of your manuscript is out of scope from their journal. And after you have target the journal that you want to publish, and you can follow the review process. Okay. So following all of these, you can start with high quality resources for your manuscript by initial data that you have been collected, that you have been revised, analyzed, and so on. And after you have started your manuscript, you can extend, or you can try to submit on maybe a conference papers that are very new for your publications. So it can be dedicated to the time. It will be have regularly for you to read the journal article, and you need to stay up to date what kind of journal that you want to submit, and also on the latest advancement in the field of you have what I mean is you need to always update the list of journal, because sometimes you want to submit your manuscript, then the journal is rejecting because they think that your idea is 10 years back. So you need to keep updating your manuscript. Okay, so also you need to explore to the journal that you want to submit what is the latest information from the journal. And next. So like I mentioned, there's a type of research article which can be public and not public. For example, here for the both of these public and non-public also, they have a peer-reviewed and also non-peer-reviewed. For the public, as you can see, for peer-reviewed, it means that it have the original research papers, which is the technical papers, the reviews, the papers, conference report, and also meeting extract. While for not a public research paper, which is for peer reviewed, for example, here is for if you want to go for grant applications, and also for the fellowships proposals. Other than that, they also have a public research article for non-peer review, which is, for example, when you go for a book chapter, book review, teaching material, you want to start to write thesis, editorial comment, letter, and also research report. Somehow they will also have not a public non-peer review, which is regarding the correspondent and also confidential report. This is a kind of type of research article that you can understand which type of your manuscript that you want to write. Okay. Also, there are, I list down here, they have a 10 factor for you, how you can choose the right journal for your publication. First thing first, when you finish to write your manuscript, whether it's a technical manuscript or a review manuscript, first thing first, you need to aim the scope and scope of the journal. You cannot simply submit your manuscript out of scope of the journal. So this is really important because you need to know which journal that you are submitting. Please make sure that your manuscript is within the scope. You need to learn the journal before you submitting your manuscript. You cannot simply submit your manuscript without studying the journal. And second one, how about the journal impact factor? Did you targeting for a journal with high impact factor, or you just want to submit your manuscript without impact factor? So you the one who know the quality of your manuscript. So tepuk dada, tanya selera, which one you want to submit your manuscript? Okay, so first you need to aim and scope the journal. Second one, what the journal impact factor. Also, the most important thing, the indexing of the journal. Now around the world, they are focusing on journal that have Scopus index. So at least you want to submit a manuscript, please submit a journal that have a Scopus index, so it can be valued for your citation and so on. And number 4, please choose to be the peer review journal, also the publishing time. So the trick is, if you submit a manuscript to journal that you need to pay, is like MDPI and so on, ACS, it will cut your time. They have their web flag. It's like, if your paper is quite good and you have a funding to pay, it can be only 1 month to get published. Okay, because we as a reviewer also, we have a specific time. It's like 1 week to review the manuscript. So it could be fast if you want to publish in a paid journal. But if you not rushing, in somehow you don't have any funding, you can go for a free journal like Elsevier, Wiley, Taylor, and so on. So it will have a time consuming, but it's not too late. It's like 1 year. In my opinion, if you submit your manuscript late than 3 months, and your manuscript is still with the editor, you can ask the corresponding of your manuscript, hopefully your lecturer, your docent, to email to the editor to ask for the status of the manuscript. If the manuscript is more than 3 months under the editor, it is my opinion. Maybe free journal, they have a lot of outcome to publish in their journal. And also you need to study the journal that you want to submit regarding the acceptance rate. If you think that the journal is really good, a Q1, but the acceptance rate is 10%. So you need to consider, if you have another journal, it's same quality, but it's kind of have the quartile 2, but the acceptance rate is like 80%. So you need to consider for this one, in my opinion. And then you can reach out the journal, check the journal for any publication that similar to your research article. You can also check for the journal restriction. And then last one, it's really play around. You need to take a look, beware of the predatory publisher. One you have accepted in any of popular journal around the world, they have kind of a team started to email you, please publish in my journal, please publish in my journal. They simply write, yeah, journal have 26 impact factor. 25 imperfecta, quartile somehow. But you need to go to their link of journal. Is it the journal is qualified for 25 imperfecta or 5 imperfecta? You need to study of the journal. Somehow it is a predatory publisher. And what journal should I target? Ask yourself, is it you want to publish in high impact journal? Is it you want to publish in top journal, ISI index journal, or you just want to fulfill your S2 or S3 capability? Is just for conference proceeding or book chapter. If you want to book for your career, even you are in S2 or S3, I suggest to you to publish in ISI index journal, top journal, or if you can publish in high impact journal. If you just want to satisfy with your S2 or S3, you can submit to conference proceeding. So it's gonna be okay, but if you want, like I said, if you want to maintain your performance, you can try to submit or publish in high impact journal. It can motivate you more if you get published in high impact journal. So anyone can publish. It is not impossible for you, but it's not easy to publish, but it's not impossible, like I said. Okay. And next, so this one tells you how the review process take place. First, as you can see, for the first one, the researcher, you as a researcher, you as a student, as well me as a docent, I need to draft a manuscript and send it to the journal of your choice. So first thing first, before you submit your journal and your manuscript to the journal, you have your manuscript. And then when you submit your manuscript, the manuscript will go to the editor of the journal, and they have their team to check your manuscript, whether it is legit, whether it is possible to be published in their journal. So the next rejection maybe happen if the team of the publisher or the journal think that your paper is not quite enough to publish, not quite good to publish in their journal. So if accepted, the editor will find 2 or 3 reviewers for the paper. And somehow before if you have experience submitting your manuscript, you need to name at least 3 reviewers for your paper. So it might be the editor of the journal will choose your suggested reviewer name, or they have their own chosen for the reviewer. So after your manuscript submitted to 2 or 3 reviewers, the rejection after review might be happen. So it's quite good. It's just like pengalaman for you if you have rejected after the review, because somehow they will write a lot of improvement that can help you to improve your manuscript. But this is quite good compared if you have been rejected to the editor. When you submit your manuscript, if they reject on the stage of editor, they will think that your manuscript is not suitable for the journal. So if they rejected after the review, it means that your manuscript is good but need to be improved. Then you can submit to other journal. And number 3, reviewer read through the manuscript and give the comment. That it is what I mentioned. Even though it is rejected, the reviewer from the selected journal, they will comment on and give improvement for your manuscript. And the rejections, and then number 4, researcher will do more experiment based on the reviewer comments. The manuscript goes back and for until satisfied. So after you get the review, after you get the review from the reviewer, you will send back to the journal, and then the editor will decide whether your manuscript can be accepted or need more revisions or can be rejected. So please be careful when you have revised your manuscript. Make sure you answer all the following questions that been asked from the reviewer, because the editor will check one by one. Is it you answering the question from the reviewer? If the editor go through and he or she can find out that you not fully answer the reviewer question, if dia cukup baik, they can ask you to revise back. If he or she tak cukup baik, they akan simply reject. So, and then if for the first revision, if they are accepted, and finally the paper can be accepted and are ready to publish. I have experience for the revision. I have until R4 revision 4, until the editor is happy with my answer, then it will be accepted. If not, you will keep communicate with the journal, send back, until the editor is was happy and accepted and ready to publish. So from the draft to the manuscript until the acceptance of the manuscript, it will take time. Not you submit today, you expect it to be accepted tomorrow. It's not, life is easy, but not that easy. Okay, and next. So as you can see here, this one is timeline that I create for you, how the reviewer process. It's like biasanya student tak sabar. Biasa still keep looking at the website when my manuscript will be accepted. Betul? Asyik hari-hari tengok, daripada subuh maghrib sampai ke isyak, asyik tengok je when your manuscript want to be accepted. So this one is the real review process. After you submit, it actually take around 2 to 3 weeks for first review, and the first editor can make a decision. Is it your manuscript can be minor revision, major, or maybe simply rejected? Okay. So this one for 2 to 3 weeks, actually it's for normal journal, normal publisher, which is you didn't have to pay. But for the journal that you need to pay, it's like ACS and MDPI. If I'm not mistaken, they will give you only 1 week to review the manuscript. And then after, for example here, let's say for the 3 weeks, you got a major revision. So you need to revise your manuscript. They will give you somehow 2 weeks to revise until the week of 7 or 8. The second editor will go through the manuscript, and bila dia tak puas hati lagi, they can give you another major or maybe minor revision so that you can keep improving your manuscript, or maybe if he or she satisfied, the editor can accept. But it will keep continue until third review. If the editor decision is accept, is Alhamdulillah. But if the editor is not accept, you will keep going to improve your manuscript. So I draft this one is normal submission is around 1 year to be accepted. But if your manuscript is quite good, you only got a minor, you can it can be only 6 months or maybe less. Okay, so for like not a good manuscript, but it can be revised, this is the timeline is like 1 year. Okay, And this example for a review processes I just take it from the journal for R2SEP advances and also the catalyst. So this is, for example, how the review process. You can go to each of the journal website, then you can go through how the review process, because each journal, they have their own process to review their manuscript. Not even there are a lot of publisher. Under the publisher is like Elsevier. Under the publisher, they have a lot of journal. Same goes here. So you need to study what journal you want to submit. And also the most difficult is different publisher, different journal, they have their own template. One you rejected, for example, you're submitting to Elsevier, it is rejected, and then you want to submit to Wiley journal, you need to change the template. So it also takes time. You need to go makan first, pergi dating, gossip first, and then baru buat correction, baru ada semangat, okay, then you can submit. Okay? So for the review result, they have, like I said, they have more review result. First, if the result is accepted, you submit, and then accepted is really rare, but it is not impossible. Tak pernah terjadi kat saya. So if you have submit, then it accepted, you are good enough. So it is really rare. And the common one is you submit your manuscript and then you have a minor revision. So which means that you need to have doing the corrections, but not required for the peer review. And if it also common with me also, I always have a major revision when I submit my manuscript, which means you need to have additional round of review. And if it is needed, and it is must and required. And also it's normal for me submitting a manuscript and it's simply rejected. So jangan sedih sebab ada banyak jurnal dekat dalam dunia ni. So somehow mungkin bagi editor jurnal tu awak tak cukup baik untuk saya. Your paper is not good enough for this journal, so it's okay. Just want to tell you, I've not only been rejected to this journal editor, also I have been rejected lot with a pen. So no worries. Okay. Next, when you receive a review, first thing first, all the revision, all the review from the reviewer, you need to take it as professional. Kita marah-marah juga ya, tapi simpan dalam hati. So take it as a professional. You think that the reviewer want to help you to improve your manuscript. So and then you need to revise as the suggested point-to-point response, which means what they ask, you need to answer point by point, so they can simply easier for them to check whether you are answering or not. And in the event of conflicting comment between reviewer, choose which revision you will follow, and then you will justify. You cannot just answer without any justification or any sebab. And also remember, they are also human too. The reviewer also human too. Don't simply cursing, but angry with if the reviewer questioning what you are doing. When the reviewer asks maybe a stupid question, which is not impossible, please answer it professionally, because the reviewer is also a human. Okay. So this is example for my manuscript. How you want to respond to reviewer comments. So first thing first, you need this kind of template that for me, easier for me to change. I already mentioned the journal there, the production, and for the ID number, what the title and the author. And then simply write the reviewer. We are grateful to the reviewer for their childhood inside puji-puji sikit. Hopefully dia akan accept walaupun dalam hati apa yang kau minta ni. So following the reviewer comment, we have made some major changes. Masa type tu menggigit-gigit. Sebab rasa nak marah tapi kena sabar. So hence the manuscript have enriched by their suggestion. Even though the suggestion is tak logik, tapi we try to answer it professionally, and we have modified the manuscript accordingly. So any of the changes in our manuscript, we are change it to font red. Okay, somehow I have got the revision from author. They change it in the blue color. Kita memang nak check, tapi bila dapat dalam blue lebih kurang sama kan, jadi nantilah, padahal kita boleh buat terus. So it can't be mood for the reviewer. So please give a revision in the contra color, easier for the reviewer. Font red, for example. The detail correction this as below by point. Okay. So just example. So specific question about the WO3 based photo catalyst. So the reviewer asks you what the environmental and economic aspect. Is there any specific application? Is tungsten a good candidate to the doping with other materials? So first thing, the idea is, for example, okay, I write it in blue. So in example here, we are agree with you. Puji dulu. Walaupun kita rasa apalah yang kau tanya kan. So kita puji dulu. We are agree with you. Thank you for your comment and so on. So we have made changes according to your comment by adding a subtopic section and so on with a table of comparison. So we try, we as the author, we understand what going on in our manuscript, in our project. So we try our best to answer all the question professionally. So for the author response, I think it's okay for you to go with other color like blue, green, and so on. But if possible, in the manuscript, you can change it to the red. Okay. So other than that, also other example on how to answer, what are the T and something, and then my answer is we deeply apologize for the unclear of the team review and respective scope of the review. Therefore, the conclusion have been rewritten. Yes, please apologize. Okay, it can be a good way to convince them instead of you objected with their question. You can also apologize for the unclear statement from our manuscript. And last one, example for the conclusion. The conclusion is not highlighting the major conclusion and not self-explanatory on the stand-alone. So you can respond more generally, this review are consistent and so on. So also you can add and rewrite the conclusions if the reviewer asks you to do so. Okay? So other than that, if you have rejected, your manuscript have rejected, before that, I will tell you the secret. Please avoid the journal that always reject your article, even though it is not the same manuscript, but the idea is not submitted to the same journal because they have their database that you already have submitted and rejected maybe 1,000 times. So if the editor, since the journal is come from you, and without thinking, he or she can simply reject your manuscript. So temporarily avoid journal that always reject you because the editor, like I said, the editor is human. They can remember you. You can submit your article when the chief editor is changed, the idea is, and other than that, you can find other journal. So what if your manuscript is rejected? So sometimes they're rejected without any reason, but take it as positively. Maybe your manuscript not within the scope. So this is how they reject your manuscript. Dia tak cukup bagus untuk awak. So not within the scope of your manuscript tak cukup in versions, novelty, tak ada novelty. We think our manuscript is have a lot of novelty, but the editor thinks your manuscript not have enough novelty, or the novelty is insignificant. Also, your manuscript lack of continuity in discussion and many times, as well as from the main objective. So the idea is you need to step forward. Jangan lama-lama sangat sedih. You need to revise your article according to the comment. If they have give you the comments, resubmit to another journal. This is the idea. Within a week, as new paper, new journal. If you have a time, maybe one day also you can do the correction and submit to another journal. Jangan tunggu sampai dah anak 5 baru nak submit. Jangan. Kalau lelaki, tak adalah. Kalau lelaki, then not recommended to submit the same journal because your data have already there. So they can detect your manuscript. If you submit 10 minutes, then they can simply reject. So my advice is please do a correction quickly with the amendment and submit to another journal. Another journal with same quality. Okay. So for the peer review process, it is relies on the reviewer because the reviewer is a human, but we have a timeline to finish to review the manuscript, and the field expert volunteer to evaluate your manuscript because for we as a reviewer, we didn't have paid for you to review the manuscript. We just have an idea, new idea, oh, this manuscript is like this and so on. So we are free volunteer to evaluate the manuscript, and reviewer can identify research or your manuscript strength, weakness, and also we can, as a reviewer, can suggest any improvement, decide whether it can be accepted, it can be rejected, it can be revised, and so on. And also during the peer review process, all of the reviewer feedback can help you, we as the author, to improve our work and can ensure our manuscript is in high quality of the research, because we not submitting the manuscript within the Indonesian only. We are submitting the manuscript, we compete each other around the world. Okay. And peer review process for the editor, on the other hand, it is oversee the entire peer review process, and they can select the reviewer. So it will have their own timeline. They can help you to make the final decision whether it is accepted, reject, and request for the revision. And also editor are fully responsible to maintain the quality, the chief editor, and also the integrity of the journal. And please avoid submitting the journal. You submit the journal, and then in your manuscript, you have the name of the editor. Okay, it can be a conflict of interest. Okay, need to submit a manuscript in your manuscript without the name of the chief editor. Okay, it is important to convey that reviewer and editor is not infallible and their assessment are subject to the human judgment, as well as manuscript can receive a lot of mixed review, and the final decision are always reflect among the reviewer and the editor. So this one also, the reason why your manuscript have been rejected for the first three reason is doesn't fit the journal missions, is can be rejected within a day with the editor, incomprehensible writing, and also doesn't follow the writing of the journal. Okay. Sorry. Okay, both of the three reason is when your paper is rejected, doesn't fit the journal mission, incomprehensible writing, and also doesn't follow the writing standard of the journal. Other than that, if this one first three is rejected from the editor, but somehow they ask for the reviewer to review the manuscript, and this one is rejected from the reviewer. So for the second one, the research paper have no value for the journal, unclear hypothesis, lack of supporting evidence, poor analysis, inconclusive result, and violation of research activity. So all of these are kind of we can moving into the technical issues when your manuscript have been rejected. So other than that, okay, as you can see, the first one, your manuscript have been rejected because it's not suitable for the mission or for the output of the journal. So the journal have a clear missions on their website. You need to go through and study on the journal in the website which you want to plan to submit your manuscript. So articles should benefit their publications and also editor and reader. The editor itself will go through your manuscript and they will think that your manuscript are benefit on their journal or not. And you researcher, they are always open like this and just submit to the manuscript and to the journal without lots of thinking. They just submit it. If they're lucky, it will be accepted. If not, you can submit to others. So, but the first thing first, you need to go through to the journal. Is it sweet on your research or not? Other than that, it also have incomprehensible writing. All of your manuscript are ununderstandable. Journal want them to read simply, no need to be, it's like syair or panjang-panjang without any maksud. So the publisher will reject a paper with excessive jargon, poor distinction, and also poor grammar. So for us as a country that not speak in English, I can advise you to submit your manuscript first to the professional proofreader. So they will help you to improve your English so that it can help you at least for the editor to submit to the reviewer instead of rejecting our manuscript because of the English is too poor. So somehow you need to check also the spelling error, the missing affiliation, author list, table. This is the kind of silly mistake that you need to avoid. So if you are struggle with your English, yes, like I said, there are a lot of tools can improve your research writing. Okay. Other than that, why the journal reject your manuscript? Because your manuscript doesn't follow the writing standards of the journal. It can be the template, like I said. Each journal have their own template. You need to follow the template of the journal. So like this referencing style, the font style, the margin and space and so on. So not following journal writing, they can reject your manuscript without go through your manuscript. So review the journal guideline again before you submit your article. It is really wasting your time if you wishing submit your manuscript and then get rejected. Okay, just wasting your time. Please study the journal before you submit your manuscript, because to convert your manuscript following the other template to other template is take time. Okay. So this one is clear after you it passed the editor, but it is be rejected by the reviewer. Mostly is on the technical reason. So for the technical reason, first, your research paper have no value for the journal, unclear hypotheses, and lack of supporting evidence. For example, for your research paper don't have value, which means that your manuscript are not appending to the journal, especially for those finding is not contribute to the improvement of the journal or any field of the journal. So please choose the correct journal and submit the correct journal. Study the journal you want to submit. Okay. Other than that, you need to choose another journal that suit your research. Unclear hypothesis, somehow a researcher hypothesis, they have their own goals. So based on your research, study, your finding, your hypothesis can be confirmed or denied. So actually the journal will not accept a research paper with a doubt or unclear hypothesis, and also the hypotheses that have been tested or published. So unclear hypothesis also can be a reason why your manuscript have been rejected. And lack of supporting evidence, which means that sometimes they think that your research data is not insufficient to reach the paper conclusion. Sometimes small sample size or maybe a poor defined control also can cause of this rejection. So the hypothesis of your research paper will be rejected if the data or the conclusion is not supported. So please make sure that your manuscript is strong enough to be accepted to the journal. And also, other than that, is the poor analysis, inconclusive result, and somehow the journal can focus on the violation of the research ethic. For example, we as an academic, now or soon, academic will conduct a trip. So obtaining written consent from a research participating, you also need to certify that the research is original. You cannot simply take from others, because the plagiarism is a big issue. Other ethics must be followed, and also researchers who don't will have their paper rejected. And this is all kind of violation of a research ethic. Somehow I also have experience that one manuscript they submit to almost 3 and 4 journals. They try the luck, just submitting. It is not a good ethic, and it is really wrong. You only can submit your manuscript in one journal until the journal simply reject you. Then you can start submit to other journals. You cannot submit same manuscript to the same 5 journals. You just try your luck. What if 2 journals give you revision? How you want to answer? It is the same paper, right? So it consists of the plagiarism and the ethical. So please avoid that. Okay. So The strategies you can go through the rejection. So the key point here is, even though your manuscript or your work have been rejected, me also as the academician, it is for the first 1 hour until evening, it will be a terrible feeling, but no worries. So your manuscript will be accepted. So nearly all the rejection is necessary part of improving. So we keep learning and improve your manuscript, your quality of work until it will be accepted. And also reframing rejection to be an event that is productive rather than your personal key to be an academic success. And more of that, they have also the stages you need to go through the rejection. First, the schedule. You need to schedule it in your calendar within the week to review the comment carefully and highlight also the reviewer point, what kind of idea that have been topic your area need to be revised. Also, you need to know reviewer got something wrong, because that usually mean it was not clear, your manuscript is not good enough. And also you can develop a submission strategy to the same journal or the new journal. And other than that, the same journal mean point by point you can address the reviewer concern. Then stage number 5, you can have a writing queue. Within the time you can finish your current project before undertake a major revision or maybe a rejected paper and so on. And then you can go to make the correction, make the revision, which means you if you need to rerun the experiment or maybe reanalyze the data, send for the characterization and so on. It can be done with the new journal, or maybe you can improve it to fit the rejected from previous journal. And then number 7, you can revert for the cover letter. Submit again, and thanks for the co-author, because the celebration for the submission, even though it's not been accepted yet, but submitting her manuscript is quite a satisfaction. Yes. And learning from rejection, actually rejection is just part of the process. Rejection, any of the comment or maybe criticism is part of your life as a student or docent. It's part of writing process or publishing in a scientific paper. So the secret is to beating the rejection, and you can continue to fall in love with your work. So time by time, you can get used to it. It can be your spirit to publish a manuscript. Okay, so for the sometimes you also can get a negative critics. So put your work in front, and critic group is like valuing yourself. So you need to have your work picked apart by others. Requires as the thick skin, and then find your own courage to grow, because rejection can help you, can reveal the area of self-doubt and also inner criticism that need to be addressed. So rejection is not the end of the day. Rejection will tell you or will ask you to learn about the manuscript. Okay. We can also have the role of support network. For example, a strong support network is always important in scientific publishing. You can find your mentor, your docent, your experienced colleges that have been submitted the manuscript, and also emotional support during the rejection and tough review, because we as a human, it is a normal feeling when your manuscript have been rejected. But no worry, you can go for revision, you can make improvement, and like I said, there are lots of journal that you can submit your manuscript. You can try luck to submit to others journal, okay? And also early career researcher can benefit from the mentor, personal experience and advice on the publishing. And also researchers should actively ask or seek for the mentor and colleges to help them to publish. Jangan simpan sendiri, nanti sedih sendiri. Try find a colleague that can keep you calm, story to them, what goes on in your manuscript. If they have any idea, of course, they can help you to improve your manuscript. Other than that, some of the researcher, me also, really affected or sedih, but if the reviewer have give a harsh review, okay, you can ignore it. Times will heal. Just answer the question of the reviewer professionally, okay? Also, you can open dialogue about this experience in professional and personal circles. It's crucial. Openly discussing the rejection to reduce all of the stigma that can comfort researchers who feel isolated, and somehow you can have your peer discussion that can teach you the rejection management and manuscript improvement. And here I list down the practical tips for manuscript resubmission. After your manuscript, you submit your manuscript and then you got the revision, you need to revise based on reviewer feedback. So the key point here, revising a manuscript is really important and crucial step in the resubmission process. So it is a really important to encourage all of you, the researcher, to approach this phase with an open and constructive mindset. So all of these value of reviewer feedback as you to improve your manuscript and so on. So take it as a positively, each comment and also each suggestion from the reviewer is also the opportunity for you itself to enhance the quality of the manuscript. And also, by revising your manuscript based on reviewer feedback, you can have a semantic review, prioritization, and also transparency. This is all the practical advice, which is, as you can see, for the first one is semantic review. You can study, review each reviewer comment and noting all of the common theme or all of the issue that reoccur during your reviewing process. Prioritize the most critical feedback, what kind of feedback that need to be addressed with scientific validity, methodology or key point, and also your practical advice including the transparency, what you need to be addressed and feedback. So it can be explicitly stated, and you can also help address each comments or the concerns. And last two is how you can balance the act, which is you can maintain between how to answer the reviewer suggestion and also preserve the message of the scientific integrity of the paper, and also you can improve your collaboration, which is you can ask your co-author how to answer, the mentor itself and the colleges to brainstorm what is kind of effective strategies, what kind of answer that I need to write during to address the feedback from the reviewer. Kind of strategies to improve your manuscript in terms of their clarity, significance, and also presentation. So first thing first, if you want to go for to answer or to address a specific reviewer comment, it is really crucial and important you to focus on what they are asking, what are on the broader aspects, the manuscript that contribute overall the quality to enhance the manuscript quality. So you as a researcher, you need to enhance the manuscript by clarify, by significant, and the most important, how it presentations looks like in your manuscript. So for the clarity, you need to have concise answers, clear and logical writing. So you need to ensure each of the sections of the your paper flow coherently, and also the arguments of your manuscript is easy to be followed. And make sure your manuscript is significant, which means you already highlight the broader implication of your research. So you can answering all of the reviewer comment by explain why the finding, why the important, and how your answer or your manuscript can contribute to the field of their journal. Okay, and last one, the presentations of your manuscript should be focused on the formatting, the figures and the tables should follow the template of the journal, and also you can ensure the data of what you have studied and what you have presented is effectively and answering all of the reviewer comment with visual and clear and also well labeled. And also, sometimes the reviewer will check also on the citation and reference. So please make sure your citation and reference correct. Double check the citations and the reference. So it can help you for accuracy and adherence for the journal style guide. Okay. And that's all from me. Regarding all of these, how you draft your manuscript and so on. So, any questions from participant?
Oh yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't work.
Thank you for the opportunity. So, first of all, I'll say that nice to meet you again. Thank you, Mana. So, my name is Reza. I'm the lecturer from the Industrial System and Engineering Department. And thank you for your sharing. I think it's very impressive for your achievement. And actually, I have two questions. So maybe I give the short story first. 2 weeks ago, my team is got rejected in the key 2 of the journal. And then there are the editor sent the 3 of different reviewers and is selected by himself. And then after we go to the review for all of the reviewer comments, maybe 60% is positive comments and 40% is yes, is negative comments. So, but in the last of the decision is the editor said that rejected. And that is an interesting point in from the standpoint for the editor. They said that you can resubmit again, but maybe you can go to the detailed review or the major revision. But they said it's rejected. And in your PPT, you said that it's not recommended to resubmit again in the same journal. So what we can do about this case? So it is my first question. Oh, okay. Yes.
So in your case, so actually I also have a same situation. The 80% of the reviewer is accept, but only one reviewer are easy to reject. And then the editor choose to be reject with the mark. You can resubmit your manuscript with new identity. It's not the revision. So I simply revise what the third I don't know who it's quite harsh. The reviewer keep questioning the novelty. The reviewer keep questioning, is it a new approach? Are you sure it is novel? So I prove it and I answer all of the question and send as new manuscript. If the editor itself give a mark, you can submit, so it is possible. But if all of the reviewer rejected, and then I convince you to submit to another journal. But in your case, same like my case, if the editor itself advised to submit again, should be no problem. And alhamdulillah, my paper is accepted. Yes. So the chances to accept should be 50%. Same. I don't know whether the editor give to the same reviewer or not, but after the revision, minor revision, and it will be accepted. So if got the point, the mark, then you can submit. Yeah.
So my last question, just a short question. So I don't know, it's just my hypothesis. When we are waiting for the submission process, so sometimes when we review the journal metric, they said that the average processing time is, for example, one month, but we still waiting until 3 months. So it's better that we follow up to the editor, or we just waiting for the final decision. If we follow up, sometimes I don't know, it is gonna be wrong decision, or maybe the editors, oh, it's very bother me, or something else. They get the perspective with our reviewer, or yeah, just the question. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, but can I ask you, the journal you have submitted is with APC or it's a free? APC. But if APC should be 1 month, you can ask, or maybe the maximum 3 months. You can ask politely to the editor, name the journal and the ID. Can I ask, you are the corresponding? Okay, can ask your corresponding to email to the editor. Can I ask the situation, or maybe how about our manuscript? Can you tell me the wavelength of the manuscript? Is it with the still with you, editor, or maybe already passed to the reviewer? But in my experience, for the MPC journal that I have been accepted in MDPI, it's quite a short time because they have their short time frame to be accepted. But also I have for the free journal, it takes almost 1 year with the editor. Yeah, 12 months. And then I asked my colleague, because she the one for the corresponding, to email to the chief editor the status of the manuscript, and then the editor replied, thank you for your notification. Recently we received a lot of submission and your manuscript have been noted, and I will pass to the reviewer. So the next day, my manuscript have been passed to the reviewer and the process is going. Yeah. No problem. No problem at all, because we ask for the clarification. Yeah, because we ask for the clarification, we don't ask for the acceptance. Yeah, I think.
Thank you. Actually, we have one question for the WhatsApp. Let me check.
Okay.
Not WhatsApp, it's from the chat.
The Zoom? Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, what are the minimum standards or point in analysis process?
Analysis process of the manuscript?
Yes.
Analysis process, if you submit a manuscript, is it?
Yes, I guess so.
Or
Maybe I would like to invite Mr. Tri Haryanto from the Zoom, if you would like to ask directly to Dr. Nora.
sorry, Not clear.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's there. Yes, you may open your microphone, Pak Tri.
Yeah, thank Dr. Dr. Nora. I would ask you, and from your presentation, there is some point of rejection. Reason of rejection is a poor analysis. So, what is the standard minimum for in analysis process so we can passing through our paper?
Thank you for the question. So in my case, for the chemistry, if I got a major correction, which is the editor need me to add journal. The editor need me to add another analysis. It could be take around 3 to 6 months to revise the manuscript. But normally for the minor correction, actually it's less than 3 months. But if you got a major revision, which means the editor said you need to add another objective, maybe you need to add another analysis or experimental, it will take time. Yes, is it the question? So for this kind of analysis, I think it's maybe take 3 up to 6 months to complete all kind of this process. Yeah. But if you already have the analysis and when you submit the manuscript, you exclude from the paper, but you already have an analysis and you have the answer and so on, you can simply add to the manuscript to add on. But if you have no analysis or other experiments, you need to conduct a new one. I think it should be take time to do the research or analysis and so on. Yeah.
Oke, apakah cukup jelas, Pak Tri?
Cukup jelas.
Any more question?
I think enough. Thanks for your explanation, Dr. Nora.
Thank you so much.
Oke, thank you. Terima kasih, Pak Tri. Untuk Mas Mbak, rekan-rekan yang ada di sini, silakan apabila ada pertanyaan, boleh angkat tangan.
Thank you for the time. I want to ask, usually in the journal there is template for the journal, but I found some journal that did not give template. They only just give description of the some of the instruction, this and that. So, what should I do for that? That's the first question, and maybe.
Okay, thank you for the question. So, yeah, sometimes they have no specific template in your kind of journal you want to submit. The tip is you need to go to the journal and then you need to study the past published paper. So you can follow the past published paper that have been published. So for example, the journal have published 10 manuscripts, and then you can follow the template of the manuscript that have been published. So that's the idea for me. Sometimes also, yes, they have publisher, they have not specific template, is it? Yeah, understand.
So it's better for me to imitate the.
Yeah.
Because like just say to me that it's better to maybe just submit in the. It's not like two columns, so it's just write down. So maybe after they get the revision, maybe then we will review the template. So which ones you think better?
That's one also can. Yeah.
So it's no problem.
No problem. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you. And the second question is, you said that we should not mention the name of the editor in the journal. So I want to just clarify: is it it's the inside of the journal, or maybe just in the cover letter? Because I think the cover letter should we
the cover letter you need to mention the chief of editor. What I mean is on your manuscript you cannot add the chief of editor as your author. So it can be conflict of interest.
Okay, so check inside the journal.
Inside your manuscript, yeah.
And maybe once more.
Yeah.
You said that it's better to wait for the editor chief change. If you see that if we get rejected, and maybe we should postpone, maybe not avoid them for the journal. So maybe later when the editor chief is being changed. So I just want to know, is it the editor chief is changed periodically, or maybe it's just will be changed after they maybe retired or assignment or something?
From past experience, it depends on the publisher. If the publisher still want the chief editor to be conduct the journal based on their apa kita panggil experience, they conduct the journal quite good, they will simply lantik still going with the chief editor. But it is the last choice to resubmit to the same journal. I can advise you please submit to another journal. Selagi dia tak mati, dia akan submit, dia akan situ je duduk. So, frankly speaking, do not wait for the journal to change the chief editor. Please submit to another journal. Yeah.
And maybe just the question before, you see that if the editor say that you can read something again, then you can submit again.
Yes.
Is there any other exception besides that? So we can maybe submit again the same journal.
For my case, I resubmit because the acceptance rate is almost 80%. Only 20%, 1% are rejected by manuscript. And then I follow the guideline of the chief editor, I resubmit. Maybe they ask another reviewer to revise my manuscript so that I luck and I got accepted. And for your case, you can try to resubmit, but I'm not sure the editor will pass to same reviewer or not. But if they pass to same reviewer, I think can be rejected. But if another reviewer, should be no problem. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Monggo silakan kalau ada pertanyaan lagi.
Any last question? Maybe.
Satu lagi pertanyaan boleh.
Yeah.
Thank you. My name is Mas Irfan. There are so many journals and every day new paper published. How to make our paper be distinct, interesting, and getting attention from the rest of the world? That is my question, because even for journal, there is a similar journal within the same topic, within the same scope, and I think there are so many options, and the publication is so abundant. So how to make sure our paper to be interesting and get attention?
Thank you for the question, Pak. So for actually, if can I share for my yesterday slide, I share that we as a researchers, as a student, need to keep updating what we have been read the journal. So during my study, I always updating the recent manuscript that have been published since now. I still doing it. So with the list, you can list in the Excel or maybe your Google Doc. So you can go to the website. There are a lot, like you said, every day there are new coming manuscript and so on. Within your field, you can take out and paste to your not you just take and paste. Not necessary to you to read it now. You just can take and paste and you can read it maybe if you have time. So it just telling you and teach you, keep updating your research recently. Yeah. Maybe if you don't have time every day, maybe once a week, you need to update the recent research or publication around the world. So this is the truth. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they have a lot of published paper till 2025. Even now is 2023, they have special issues, 2024 and 2035. Yes, they already been published.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for all of the students and lecturers that come to this R2SEP session. It is very wonderful to have Dr. Nora explaining about the rejection of paper and tough interview. So maybe I would like to invite Dr. Nora to give a closing statement before we end this session, please.
So for just advice daripada orang tua, publication is not impossible. So saya sendiri 1,000 times have been rejected before I've been accepted, before I've been top scientist. Yeah. So keep motivate yourself. Jangan dah kena reject, you tak nak submit. Please keep improving yourself because sometimes times will heal. Yeah, you do the correction and then you resubmit back, you correction, and then one time you will get the what we call it satisfaction when your manuscript have been published. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, let's give one for I would like to invite Dr. Nora to stand in the middle of the rows.
Mencolok ya? Nak kena mencolok?
You don't need to mencolok. Koprol. No, just stand. Let's please the students stand up and then we will take picture together. You may come closer to Dr. Nora as well. Livi, yang paling possible gimana? Bisa maju lagi nanti. Lampunya sudah nyala semua. Gimana? Livi di agak gelap. Maju lagi nanti. Oke, come closer, teman-teman. Nggak usah jaga jarak, nggak apa-apa. Don't be izin. Oke, mungkin Bapak Ibu yang di Zoom bisa didokumentasikan dari tim Dirpaspa, gitu. Terima kasih.
Okay, everyone ready? Counting 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Once more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much everyone. Terima kasih banyak Bapak Ibu, rekan-rekan, Mas Mbak sudah hadir di sesi resep ini. Semoga yang disampaikan Dr. Nora bisa bermanfaat dan bisa semakin semangat nulisnya. Terima kasih, hati-hati, selamat beristirahat siang. Nanti harus ibunya itu saya harus solusi. So you stay in Pahang. Okay. Why you guys teach the training or the name of the itself? Terima kasih. Apakah oh, the Raja. Oh, it is order. Yeah. Oke, terima kasih Bapak Ibu. Saya mohon maaf. Dari
Oh, feedback.
Sama.
Loh,